Peace World. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. Some bite down boxing coverage. Up here in Flint, Michigan. I was here for the Shields-Habazin fight, and as you probably learned by now, that the fight's been canceled. Really sucks to be, kind of an independent dude trying to get out on the road to some of these fights, and then a pretty big one comes into your region, and something outside of the ring, something outside of boxing gets it canceled. But I just wanted to come back and address a few things. I saw that Claressa came out and I think she went live on Instagram and tried to address the situation. And, the racists came out, to attack whatever she had to say. And I kind of wish she would have let, this is when Taffet, her manager, Mark Taffet, I believe is his first name. This is when I wish they would let somebody kind of jump in the middle and find a way to massage some things and to improve the messaging. I mean, we can go with keep it real, keep it a buck, keep it funky all you want, but at the end of the day, it's some things that feed into, what transpired earlier. So, if you don't know, Bashir James Ali Bashir was sucker punched. I think we pretty much established that at the weigh-in by an individual. Like I said, I've been watching the news ever since I left the Dordt Federal Credit Union Event Center, and I don't think they've revealed what the person's name or who he is, but he was taken into custody, while trying to flee the event center. So, but he struck him, punched him, laid him out, Bashir. And, Bashir was left with multiple facial fractures, according to the ABC affiliate here in Flint. And he was rushed to Henry Ford Hospital, where they performed facial surgery. So, if I'm talking to you right now, right there where that door is kind of where the action happened as I was standing there at the weigh-ins earlier. And so when I turned around, I see Bashir's legs on the ground, and I saw the dude who hit him backing away from the security team, the 2 or 3 man security team that Habazin had. And so from there, they didn't really want to engage him. They went back to kind of see what was going on with Bashir, and then a couple people told my man, you gotta boogie. So he got on. He tried to get on out of there. Okay, so Habazin was distraught. I mean, she was she was crying and just out of it. In my opinion, the fight was pretty much off at that point. She left with Bashir in the ambulance, and has been with him at the hospital ever since. Later on, Showtime let all of us know, the different media guys there, the photographers, internet guys, whatever, YouTube guys, that they didn't have anything definitive at that moment. It might be a closed weigh-in later on, but that was it for then. There wouldn't be nothing for at least an hour. So, the Claressa goes on, I guess, to kind of try to do some damage control, and still thinking that the fight could happen. And I guess she'd been notified that as long as Habazin was within 7 pounds of whatever she was, then they could fight. But like I said, the surgery situation deaded all of that. But like I said, man, Claressa goes on to address her following and went live, and I don't really think they should have let her out there like that. Again, Mark Taffet, you know, and like I said, she's steady talking about the situation as if a fight can happen, and hopeful that a fight could happen. I mean, we've been building towards this thing. This is the second time now, that it'll be postponed or just straight up, canceled. Also, I think after this fight, I think it might have possibly been an announcement that she was going to move forward with some kind of MMA opportunity. So, that pushes all of that back. So, I guess what I really wanted to get into was, there's really nothing here to attack Claressa Shields herself. Like, if you want to say that she handled this live that she did on Instagram, if you want to say that she handled that terribly or inappropriately, or it just wasn't a good look, or you didn't like the way it came off, fair enough. Again, I think at that time she thought a fight was still possible, and so maybe she was still in fight mode and still, in promoting mode, and so on and so forth. But moving to where we are now, like I said, backing up the whole situation, man. We used to have there used to be a saying, in the weight rooms back in the day for football, to go in there and piss on somebody else's walls and let them know that you own the place and let them know that you're there. And I think that Bashir kind of had that kind of energy earlier today, where he knew he was on enemy ground or behind enemy lines, and he kind of went in there and immediately went from 0 to 100, and was being obnoxious, was being loud, belligerent, and was really stirring things up. And like I said, it was an elderly guy in there. I think it's Claressa Shields' grandfather. I saw him in the back with her at the Gabriel's fight at the Detroit Masonic Temple last August, I think. And he's up there. Like I said, I had my mother with me. She's 72 years old. She was like, if you watch the Fight Hype video, it's a bench in the back over Claressa Shields' sister's left shoulder. And my mom, you barely can see her. It's really quickly as the camera pans around. But, he's yelling all this stuff out into the air and really just fanning the flames of what some individuals in the room like. Like, they're better out there than they are in there, And I just feel like he wouldn't let things go, and it ended up building into the situation that broke out. And I think that Claressa Shields tried to. I don't even think she was paying him any attention, to be honest with you. I think she was focused on her weight. In discussing this with my man, Catch and Shoot Media, who was at the private workout Wednesday, or not the media workout, I believe Wednesday. There were some concerns that she might not be on weight, so she was up there getting her and her 2 or 3. I guess that's her sister, is the one with the shorter hair. She had some design cut into her hair. They were trying to check, do like a pre-check to see where Claressa was. And then Bashir inserts himself into that situation. And as you can see, Claressa's sister was saying some stuff to him and was standing her ground, but she did not move forward towards him. He was the one that was reaching all across into her face and kind of like setting things off and getting really disrespectful with it. And the sister kind of was just standing there. Her body energy and body language really didn't change or escalate at that point. And so from there, when he is pushed away, you can see Claressa, her boyfriend with the Cleveland Cavaliers hat, he kind of leaned into Bashir's chest and was pushing him back, like, come on, man, let's just chill with this. And then, so as Bashir, works himself back across the room and comes back to his seat, he was actually seated like right behind me. I didn't realize it until watching the video. But you can hear him saying, calling her, shut your monkey ass up, your monkey ass, just shut your monkey ass up. And really just being really extra. I mean, no way not to look at it any differently. He was really being very extra. And I think, like I said, it was a group of individuals in there who just ain't with all that. And so, and like I said, I don't condone the man hitting him, and especially the sucker punch. Like I said, he was facing this way. I think dude came from this way. And that was unnecessary, but like I said, man, he stoked this thing into a full-on, fire. And this probably reflects on Claressa Shields to the public, to the people, but she really had no nothing. She didn't, after she made her initial comments to Bashir and was like, I think, like I said, I think she was really focused on her weight and really was just like, come on, bro, like, just chill, that's my people, that's my sister, blah, 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 and, let us do what we're doing. And then she's sitting there in her sports bra and her bottom, whatever the underwear, how aggressive was she really gonna be? She was halfway getting dressed again, and probably whatever the weight was that she just saw that she was at, she was probably processing all of that. And again, that's my man Catch and Shoot Media, who was telling me, he mentioned it a couple times that he thought that she wasn't quite on weight. So and remember, she hadn't been this low since she was like in her teens. So I think there were some real concerns there with that. But again, say whatever you want, believe whatever you want. If you don't like Claressa, this probably just reaffirmed, the things that you don't like about her. But she wasn't in there creating this situation. She just wasn't. And Bashir, like I said, man, he single-handedly turned this situation into a matter that was adversarial. And again, there was a lot of different people in there. I don't think there was many kids in there, oddly. But, of course, with it being some some Detroit fighters in there, it was different individuals, and in their teams that were there. So, like I said, man, you really can't put this on Claressa Shields. There's really no, quote unquote, for lack of a better word, there's no blood on Claressa Shields' hands in this matter. She just really was, I know she's not the one that you think of being magnanimous, but that's really how she handled this situation. But look, man, let me get on off of here. We'll see the fights tomorrow. I guess they elevated Jermaine Franklin to the main event. and then Jaron Ennis against his guy Fernandez, and they're gonna go from there. One interesting fight though, one interesting fight that is going down is the Battle of Detroit with bantamweight Jericho O'Quinn and James Smith. That should be another good one for the for the people, for the fans that do still turn up. But like I said, Franklin looked pretty, and it's good. It was, in my opinion, for me, it was good to kind of see him in person, just to see what his body looked like. Not on TV. I thought he looked in pretty decent shape compared to what I've seen in previous fights. And then, like I said, man, everybody wants to see, excuse me, what the future could hold for Jaron Ennis. So, with that said, man, let me get on off of here. Bite down boxing. Don't let them count you out.